PlayStation 5 Slim, it is coming out exactly like we talked about. It wasn't hard to predict, but let's take a deep dive at the brand new PlayStation 5 Slim. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. 2 years ago we made a video saying don't upgrade to a PlayStation 5, just be happy with your PS4 Pro, throw in an SSD and just be okay until the Slim comes out. And as predicted, the Slim is coming out. Sony dropped the news today. You guys are seeing this video a day late because we had to film this and get it out, but the PlayStation 5 Slim's coming. We're gonna have a quick look at the teaser video that Sony released just today. We'll do a quick reaction to that, and then we'll talk about the specs and what does that mean for the future of PlayStation. It is all coming up in this video. Before we get too far into this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below. If you've seen some of our content already and have not subscribed, we want you to join our community. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's get back to the video. So to start off with, let's check out this video. It's really short, it's like 20 seconds long. So this is like the ultimate teaser video. It just starts out super dim, and then you see a blue light, and then it kind of fades in, and there it is. The brand new PlayStation 5 Slim, mostly more or less what we had seen in leaked pictures, and it comes in the Slim Digital Edition and the Slim Disc Edition. But there's a special catch. Now, first of all, looking at the PlayStation blog is where all the details are that you really need to see. If you want to check out the full story, it is there, but we're gonna cover it all in this video, save you the time, and you get a unique perspective on what this all means for everybody else. Now, PlayStation says, or Sony says, new look for the PlayStation 5 console this holiday season. That's right, this PlayStation 5 Slim is dropping in November. That's like 1 month from now, which I'm pretty sure I predicted that too in the other video. You'll have to go back. I'll put a link in the description. You can go and check that video and see how close to accurate my prediction was. There's one thing that I was not 100% accurate on. We'll talk about that. I will admit it. Just hang on. The first thing they're going to show us is the digital edition and the disc edition. Now, those of you who've been kind of up on the rumors, you already know there's a secret about the disc edition versus the digital edition, and that is they're actually both the same thing. As we scroll down into here farther, we find out some of the details. It says smaller PlayStation 5 design, comes with 1 terabyte storage for PS5. That is great news because the internal storage is so small on the standard fat PlayStation 5. And PS5 Digital Edition, new model, provides option to add an Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive to the PS5 Digital Edition. That's a lot of words to say it has a detachable Blu-ray drive. So you will be buying a PlayStation 5 Digital Edition no matter what you're buying. The only difference is you can buy it with an add-on Blu-ray drive to make it into a Blu-ray drive edition, which is phenomenal news for those of us who can't decide what exactly we want to buy. Here's a breakdown of how this actually works. So you can see we've got, it says Blu-ray drive here. It snaps into position. It does have a proprietary connector that it's going to connect in. It looks like it's along the back here somewhere, somehow. They don't really show exactly the details of how that works, but it snaps in, and then this new front cover snaps over top. Don't want a Blu-ray drive? No problem. You just don't have it. Now, we didn't really talk about how slim the Slim is, and according to Sony, it is about 30% smaller by volume. It is about 18% lighter by weight and 24% compared to the previous model. The 30% smaller is the number that we're mostly interested in, because a lot of you are going to ask, well, how much smaller is 30% smaller? I'm glad you asked. Here is a side-by-side comparison of the PS5 Fat versus the PlayStation 5 Slim, and this makes it about as accurate as a side-by-side representation as you're going to find right now when nobody has their hands on the Slim model yet. But that is a sizable difference in size. You're especially going to notice the light weight. So far, there's not a lot of pictures available. The only 4 that we have is this one with it lying down. So you can see that it will go horizontal. You can see this guy, which is the new and improved stand. Now the stand works for both PlayStation models. We've already looked at the detachable Blu-ray drive, and then we're back to the side-by-side comparison. I suspect that they've also removed the power supply and gone with a brick supply like they've done with every other PlayStation, but we'll find out if they have the power supply included in here. I really don't think they do, especially because heat is a factor. Now, the PlayStation 5 Fat, everyone knows that heat's a concern. There's a big debate about lying it horizontally or standing it straight up, and the heat from the power supply certainly helps contribute to the heat that would be inside that system. So one of the best ways to make it smaller is to remove that power supply, make it into a brick, get that heat out of there, put it behind your TV wherever it ends up going, and then you get a slimmer design, and you can sacrifice a little bit of cooling efficiency because you only have the heat generated from the processor and the GPU and the RAM, and that's it. Now let's talk about specs for a little bit, because you're wondering, did the specs change? The short answer is no, the specs did not change really at all. There's a few specs that did change. Obviously, the size has changed. When we compare the specs, they're exactly the same. So the thread count's the same, the chip's the same, the GPU exactly the same. The RAM is still the same, 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM. The difference comes at the SSD. So it includes a 1 terabyte SSD. The read speeds, exactly the same read speeds. It's just a little bit bigger storage space on board. You can add the Ultra HD Blu-ray drive, but you don't have to have it. And it supports 4K 120 Hz up to 8K TVs with VRR, which is specified through your HDMI version 2.1. I know this is specs way deeper than a lot of you care about, but the short answer is it will perform exactly the same as your fat PlayStation 5. So the question you're gonna ask, should I wait for the Slim or should I get the fat? Now, a lot of people say that the fat is better. Better because it's bigger, has better efficient cooling, and it works better. Some people say the second version of your PlayStation is always better. So then you're looking at a Slim or a Pro model. But you could look at the version number as well. So there's 3 versions of the PlayStation 5 Fat model. And that we covered in a different video, and we talked about how easily they can create a Slim. See, what most of you might not realize is inside the PlayStation 5, the space that it consumes has gotten smaller. The shell outside has stayed the same size, but the actual physical size of the PlayStation 5 has shrunk with each of the versions they've released. As soon as you remove the power supply, all of a sudden you are easily within the 30% size difference. Everything's great. You've got a Slim model. So the big question you guys are going to ask is, when exactly does it come out and how much does it cost? So it comes out, and I'm going to reference the PlayStation blog just so I don't screw this up. Currently, they just say comes out in November. If I had to guess, I would say mid to end of November. It's not going to be November 1st. Do not get your hopes up for November 1st. Pre-orders will start soon. You'll have to keep an eye out on social media and or the PlayStation website to know exactly when pre-orders are open. Initially, it's going to be ordered directly through Sony or through their partners. That will probably include Amazon and Walmart. Those are the big ones. Best Buy, usually I'll have them, those guys. Now, what's the price? The price of the PS5 with Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive is $499.99 US dollars. In Canada, what's it going to sell for? Who knows? Currently it lists for about $650, so you should expect that it'll sell for somewhere around there. Now, the first prediction that I was kind of a little bit maybe wrong about is the pricing. So I said before in my way back video, don't buy a PlayStation 5 because the fat model will be sold cheaper and you can just buy that for less and get the same great performance without having to spend the premium on the Slim. It turns out Sony is planning to raise the price of the Slim slightly over the PlayStation 5 until the stock of the fat models are gone, and then the Slim model will be the only one that you can buy. They're not gonna make both at the same time. So currently, they are getting rid of all PlayStation 5 Fat inventory. They're only making PlayStation 5 Slims, and they have been only making PlayStation 5 Slims for a little bit of time now so they could build that stock up. And once they drop, that's all you'll be able to get. And if you want to get a fat model, now is your chance to get it while it's still new, because when they're gone, they're gone. You're gonna be looking at used models only if you want to get a fat still versus that slim. But for me, I already have a couple PlayStation 5 Fats in the house. I've been waiting for the Slim. I'm going to get the Slim and I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna show it to you guys as soon as it comes. We're gonna try and get our hands on one of the pre-orders so that we can get it, do an unboxing, show you guys all about it, do real side-by-side comparisons, and just put it through its paces and see how good it does. You will want to check that out, I'm sure, and it's all gonna be right here on this channel. If you've got questions about this and the news that we've just broke to you guys, post it in the comments down below. I would love to chat about this. There's gonna be more videos coming, stay tuned. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.